business is based off the back of your mind. It's not off the back of your strength. You can be as strong as you want. You still won't be able to go and do business. You need a strong mind. Your mind has to be stronger than other people for you to be able to go and achieve things. And that's what business is. You never understand how someone is influencing you without saying much. It's more about action. Same way with my kids now. I try to influence them with my action. Like they do say to me, "Oh, Dad, you're at work. You go to work, Dad, you're at work." And I'm like, yeah, because I want you to understand that it is work that gives you what it is you have. Every single person is gonna leave this earth. And once you know that, you need to try and be the person that's remembered. Why do they remember you? For what they did. They don't remember your wealth. Apart from saying Michael Jackson had money, you remember Michael Jackson. 20 people are not going to say he had the same amount of money, but they'll remember the name.
Amos Madra.
I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend that is Ish. A warm welcome to you. Ish, how are you doing? Thank you for joining
us. Good morning, sir. How you doing, Amos? You okay?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So, tell me your story. We know that, you're a businessman. You've got,
yes.
lots of businesses going. You're massive on social media. Your YouTube channel's massive. Your Instagram's blowing up. But, who is the Ish growing up? Talk to us about young Ismail.
Young Ismail was born in Nigeria. One of 7. So I've got 2 older brothers, 3 older sisters, myself and a younger sister. Grew up in Lagos. Dad's Oshodi, mom's from Ikorodu, dad's from Lagos. So I'm a Lagosian, as they would say. Grew up, went to school, good school. My mom was a businesswoman. So she used to sell clothes and lace, as they call it, lace and gold and men's shoes. She should travel around the world and buy and bring it back to Nigeria and also China. My mom's got like 5, 6 passports filled up with stamps. My dad was a businessman as well. So he had video shops, a lot of video shops. And, they used to do like all this rental. But then he had all the rental shops and he used to also control, they had bus garages where you control bus garages and you'd make the funds off the people that put their buses through. So basically, I grew up in a business background, man, and a business home. All the siblings are kind of close together. So it's like 2 years apart from everyone. It's like 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. And I've got twins as well in my family. So my brother and sister, they're twin. So yeah, like grew up in really a business home. Dad would travel, mom would travel, would be with the grandma, the house help as well. Mom would come back, mom would stay for a couple of weeks. She's gone again. Sometimes my mom would come home for 48 hours and she was back on the plane.
Wow.
Yeah, she would go because she's going to do shopping. And these times it wasn't like now. It's not like the times we have now. It was different those times. You had to be on the ground to do the work. So she would have to go. My mom would tell us stories about how she's in the market. And then obviously she just, these stories resonate with you in your life, Now, I think for me, I'm kind of the only one in my family that does business. Everyone does investments, but they don't do business because business is different. Business is, I go to this place every day and this is where I need to make my bread and butter. So I think because of that, my mom always calls us up and gives me prayers. Like, I know what you're going through, because business is a hard thing to first accept mentally, let alone physically get into it. Business is based off the back of your mind. It's not off the back of your strength. You can be as strong as you want. You still won't be able to go and do business. You need a strong mind. Your mind has to be stronger than other people for you to be able to go and achieve things. And that's what business is. So yeah, I grew up in a business background to say. I used to finish school and go to the markets with my mom. And I used to sell lace at the age of 6, 7 years old. Okay, with my mom telling me, oh, you know what, this customer wants this. Go to your auntie shop. Go and bring it. The dad shop, the video shop. So I've always had that. I've always seen that hustle. I've always seen how it goes. I've always seen like this woman sacrificed even to bring us here. Like my mom brought us all over here, like 6 of us. Do you understand? Like brought us all over here, all graduates. My mom's a grandma of 16. She's 64. She's got 16 grandkids. She wants more, but The economy doesn't facilitate for more kids at the moment. Yeah, so that's about it, man. That's my upbringing, man. It's business and family.
What a
very close knitted.
What a fascinating story. You know, there's the saying, you can't be what you can't see. And, you know, seeing that, being in that environment and learning, you know, taking risks, because business is taking risks, isn't it?
It's a lot of risk.
Stepping out in faith and knowing that you believe in this project and this is something that's passionate to you. Having seen that, you know, you can you know, be inspired by that and build onto that. And I can imagine as well, you know, at the time when your mum was, you know, traveling, as you said, the world was different. It wasn't as, you know, global as it is today. It's, you know, it's almost like a village now, isn't it? You can be in any part of the world. But those days,
you can be in any part of the world on your phone now. Those days, you couldn't phone that part of the world. You had to physically be there.
Yeah.
So my mom wants to do a deal in Switzerland or China. Mom's been to India, Europe. She's been to most of these countries. She'll tell you, I had to go there. And what my dad always said, like growing up, is the difference between their generation and our generation is one person would go abroad, they would go to Germany, or they'll go somewhere and they'd be like, I've come back, or that place is really good. And a bunch of them would follow.
Yeah.
We're not up for that now.
But do you know what's really interesting with that is at the time she was going to places where there weren't many people that looked like her. That can be very intimidating.
Yeah.
You know, that can be, you almost feel like a stranger in some of those places. And it's enough just to say, do you know what, maybe this isn't for me. But that resilience and persistence, and I'm sure there were some difficult times, but to keep going.
She was on the plane all the time. I used to see dollars with my mum a lot. Dollars. That's how like I knew about other currency from young, because they weren't trading in naira. They were trading in dollars. Yeah. You understand? And naira and dollars was good. And those times you didn't need visa and all that. Yeah. It was just get on the plane and go. So she'd been to the UK, she'd been to Europe, and we didn't understand it, but you never understand how someone is influencing you without saying much. It's more about action. Same way with my kids now. I try to influence them with my action. Like they do say to me, "Oh, Dad, you're at work. You go to work, Dad, you're at work." And I'm like, yeah, because I want you to understand that it is work that gives you what it is you have. Yeah. So what you have comes off the back of me and your mother working. You don't understand the work, but you need to understand we work for you to have that. So as you get older, you realize someone worked for you and you must work for someone, you know. And I always say to people, like with business, it's something that people feel like business can never happen. People need to stop thinking business can't fail.
Yeah.
That ideology of, oh, I cannot fail in this business, that's fine. But you cannot fail in this business. What business does fail.
Yeah.
Successful people will tell you business does fail. You do your best, your utmost best, and you do not kill yourself. If you stay alive, you can do more business. If you kill yourself, you can't do no business. And killing yourself is first mentally. Like, oh, I can't do it. This is not going to happen. You're shrinking your advantage for the next round. It's round by round. Business is round by round. Everything is round by round. Golf is round by round. Basketball is round by round. Football is round by round. You're not going to go and play all the 40, 30-something games in the Premiership in one day. It takes months. Same way with business. It takes years. Depending what kind of business, it might take longer. Depending on the kind of person you are, it might take shorter. So I feel like people try to put so much pressure on themselves without actually understanding the fundamentals of business itself.
Yeah.
Fundamentals of business requires understanding what it is that you are doing. It is not a permanent thing, because it can last longer than you or it can dissolve before you. It's one of the two. But never ever give yourself up. If it lasts longer than you, the one after you might mess it up. But you've done your best to make it last, right? But then if it dissolves before you, you can rebuild something else. So it's always about lessons, not problems. Lessons. That's what really builds the world. Lessons to carry on.
I mean, that's deep, you know. It's very, very deep when you think about the statement you just made there, because that's incredible. You know, it can either outlast you or it can, you know,
dissolve before you.
Dissolve before you. I mean, that's crazy. But, you know, that mindset, that thinking, you know, where did that come from? That wisdom, is this all to do with your upbringing as well?
You know what? I would love to say it's just my upbringing, but I think it's a gift now, and I'm going to start saying it, because what I've realized is when God gives you something, you need to stop denying that He gave it to you. God will say, "I gave you this," so when it comes to the time, you tell them who gave you, so they can understand I gave you. The gift comes from God. The nurturing of the gift is maintenance by me. It's the maintenance. I speak more, I learn more. What I'm speaking about, I'm taking from. You understand? What I take from, I give out. Do you understand? But the gift itself, that particular seed was prior to me being born. It was prior to me being born. If I did not go the course of life I did, which I said the life is not a problem, it's always a good lesson, I would never have met you. If I didn't do this or that, if I didn't start the YouTube, if I didn't this, if I didn't that. So where's the mistake? If I learn a bunch of stuff, to say a bunch of stuff, to get on a bunch of stuff, to meet a bunch of people, where's the mistake? It's a gift. This thing is a gift, and that's why I'm now into sharing it. I don't tell people no when they call me. Oh, would you like to do this? Yes. Yes, yes. Do you know why? I'm sharpening myself as a tool. It's not so much about the other people. We need to start understanding, as much as we are doing for people, we need to let them know that you are also helping me. Amos is helping me. The radio station I did yesterday is helping me. The YouTube comments are helping me. And that's how we start understanding life is about helping one another. And that's where I think I got it from. And I just have to nurture it and give the most I can before I leave.
Yeah. Give, and it will
because
be given
there's
unto
something
you.
that's permanent. Everybody is going to leave. Everybody, not everyone's going to have fun. Not everyone's going to get married. Not everyone's going to have kids. Not everyone's going to, there's certain things that not everyone's going to do. But every single person is going to leave this earth. And once you know that, you need to try and be the person that's remembered. Why do they remember people? For what they did. They don't remember your wealth. Apart from saying Michael Jackson had money, you remember Michael Jackson. 20 people are not going to say he had the same amount of money, but they'll remember the name. Whitney Houston, 20 people are not going to say the same amount of money, but they'll remember the name. Gandhi, the name. Barack Obama's alive. When he goes, it's the name. These people are the names, what you've done. Jesus, name. Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, name. All these people, the ladies that did the march, name. Diddy, name. Jay-Z, name. We cannot tell you how much they have. We can tell you the kind of people we think they are, but we can tell you their name has made an impact. They've driven things, they've changed, and that's really what it's about. There's nothing more than that. I feel like that's what life is now.
No,
the more you give, the more you get.
It's a deep reverence for life, and
it's understanding that you're gonna go.
Mortality as well. Yeah,
it's not permanent.
I mean,
kings and queens have gone, and they had trillions.
Yeah.
So where are you staying for?
The average person doesn't probably think about this, you know. What?
Oh, I ponder on it a lot.
What is it that? Because if you start to think about that, it makes you realize life is short, and
life is a second.
Every day counts, and what you do with today is ultimately going to impact tomorrow. And it's like the ants, isn't it? Working today to store for the winter. And
because what people don't realize, is sorry, 1 second. What people don't realize is, why are you doing it? What are you doing it for? Why are you doing it? Why are you working hard? Why are you doing this podcast? Then, apart from why, what are you doing it for? These things have understanding which people have not gone to understand. People want to create their own what's, but what already has a meaning of explanation. What already has an explanation. Why already has an explanation. They already has an explanation. Do already has an explanation. Once we understand the explanation of things, we need to start manifesting the explanation rather than what we perceive it to be.
And the beauty with that is it goes deeper than just motivation, because it becomes ingrained in who you are. It is your DNA. When you wake up, you step straight into action. Why? Because you realize time is not forever.
What's the meaning of Amos? What's the meaning of Amos?
Amos is just a word. You know, it's who am I? Who am I is the person.
Who am I? What is the meaning of Amos?
Mm.
Amos is a word, but there's a meaning behind it, right?
Mm.
What's the meaning of Amos?
Oh, the meaning of Amos, if it goes to biblical terms, is the burden
Yes.
carrier.
Yes. So if you start living the
Yeah.
meaning rather than calling out the name, do you see the difference in your thinking?
Yeah.
The meaning of your name, if you follow that route, you get further. Rather than just calling your name, oh, my name is this. What's the meaning of your name? Focus on the meaning of your name and see how your life turns. So your name, you're saying in biblical terms, is the carrier. Are you not carrying things? Are you not putting things on places? Now you're understanding the meaning compared to the name. Can you see how a little bit of analyzation, correlation, and that's where it's all about analyzing and correlating. Try and figure out why. Try and correlate a train to an ant. They'll be like, what do you mean? When you find a correlation to a train to an ant, do you know how much thinking you've had to do? That's critical thinking analysis. And that's what life is. That's where the Einsteins come from, the Henry Fords, all these developers, everything you see, the car, the cars, everything is critical thinking analysis. The computers, the phones, the tablets, the watches, the Apple watches, you put a watch on your wrist that's telling you your heartbeat. That's a critical thinking analysis program that's been done. So we need to be critical thinkers.
Why do you think people don't spend time to think about, being critical in terms of their thinking? Why don't people spend that time to stop and analyze and just to ponder and think about who they are and what they want?
Life goes, you want to follow life, but life is not going to stop. Life goes and you want to follow life, but life is not going to stop. You have to stop. You can't follow something that doesn't stop. You can't go online, see 5 different things and think, oh yeah, let me this, let me that. The thing is, people want instant gratification. It doesn't work like that. My YouTube, the guys told me, listen, it might take 10 months to get this followers, blah, 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 blah. I said, bro, do you know how much that's going to cost us? I'm thinking the money, like, oh my God, do you know how much we're going to cost this? And then I said, you know what? Let's create a team to try and reduce that by half. So yeah, you shoot the content, you do this, you do the marketing, you do this. And we've increased it based on my idea of critical thinking, we've increased it by 70%. We're on 449 followers, subscribers, where it's a little, but it's a lot, because we started off like 6 weeks ago, and 6 weeks ago, 4 years ago I did it and I got to 198 subscribers, and I didn't move from there for 4 years. We started this 4 or 5 weeks ago and we went from 198 to 449. Now you've got to understand, I'm thinking, where are they coming from? Where these people come from? That's just impact. So now imagine continuing that, building on that. It will get there. Then you'll be able to build more. You'll be able to do more live. My TikTok is growing. So I just pray that enough people get it, right? And then from there, not a lot more people get it, because I like speaking to people. It's my thing. Like now I know myself. People are like, oh, you like speaking? I'm like, yeah, I love it. Hence why I do business. That's why I've been given that chance. I practice speaking every day with my passion. I practice speaking. I do food catering. That's speaking. That's events, right? I do wholesale. That's speaking. I'm always on the phone every single day, every morning to night. Then when I speak to people, it's normal. My mouth is my gift. So when someone says you speak a lot, I say, yeah, I use it to pay mortgage. I use it to take my kids to school. See the way my kids are dressed is because I can speak. So you never let them play you down for wherever it is you is. The basketballer doesn't let them play him down. The runner doesn't let them play him down. Your sport is what you do. Like Serena Williams' sport is what she does. Keep on practicing your sport and never let them put you down for your sport. People don't need to follow you, but people just need to respect you. I respect that guy for what he's doing. But I might not like what he's saying, but what he's doing and the drive and the ambition and the guts, I respect that. That's good enough. That's good enough.
Yeah.
Respect is good when you're speaking about other people.
And
so when you're getting in gatherings, they speak about how much they respect you, and then the other person will like you.
And it's that desire, commitment, passion, obsession. Some
I'm
people think,
obsessed.
some people think obsession's a bad thing. Is it a bad thing?
Nah. Obsession is a good thing if you know what you're obsessed about.
Hmm.
There's nothing wrong with being Steve Jobs, stay hungry, stay foolish. Because I know it does not mean I don't. I know how to speak, but I want to speak more because I'm hungry. I'm hungry to get in front of 10,000 people. I'm hungry to get in front of 100,000 people. I'm hungry to go and do the politics. But right now, guess what? I'm not working on that. I'm working on me. So when I get there, I'm ready for it. That's obsession. I'm obsessed with me. I am my own obsession. Nothing else is my obsession. I am my own obsession. My betterment for myself to keep on progressing makes me obsessed. And when you're obsessed with yourself, you achieve a lot more because you don't want to let yourself down. You're so into practicing. Like work. There's nothing wrong with work, right? Because work gets you ahead. But there's something wrong with working in the wrong direction. I've worked in the wrong direction before. And I had to steer it to the right direction, but it took a lot of time and it took a lot of money. And after steering it, I was tired. Then I had to get a rest and I re-steer. But I stayed obsessed throughout because I already understood that the only way through it is for me to be obsessed. Otherwise, I'll give up because I already seen it going left. So for me to see something going left and turn it right, it takes you to be obsessed for that thing. So what do they mean obsession is bad? It's not bad. I'm obsessed about my kids.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed about having a family. I'm obsessed about being a businessman. So, but it all comes from what? Me. I need to be obsessed with me and everything else becomes an obsession. That's it.
Yeah. And if you look at the Kobe Bryants, the Serena Williams, the Steve Jobs, these people all, had and have, a crazy sort of obsession about what they do and what impact that they want to make. It's like live 10 lifestyles in one.
Yes.
Stuff that they achieve, it's incredible. And again, at the end of it, really we are all the same, but it's just what you do with the time that you have. And it's spending that time to focus on yourself and to find that gift, that calling. Yours is to speak and to impact people.
Yeah, I've understood it, and I said it on radio yesterday. It's weird because I don't actually want to be outside. I would rather just sit down and be quiet. But when it's time for you to do something, do not be afraid. You seek and you find, and all the strength you need shall be with you, and all the fear you have shall be eradicated from you when you seek and you find. And that's life, bro. Like, I'm not stopping now. It's gonna be hard because I've got so many other things that try to make you. I'm not stopping. I can't stop. I know the effects of stopping. I stopped for nearly 4.5 years. What if I didn't stop for 4.5 years? Because I felt like, you know what, I need to just go on. Someone said something to me one day, and I realized that maybe I was a weaker person. They said, "Oh, why are you speaking when you're not even doing stuff? No one wants to listen to someone that's not doing." And I kind of took that and I'm like, "Oh, you know what, let me go and do so much stuff and then come back to speaking." But half of the things I speak about is through the pain. I was going to go through pain anyway. It was better to stay in pain and speak. Pain is relatable rather than stopping it to be in pain, not speaking, and then come back. Whenever you stop your gift, whenever you come back, it's like you never stopped it. The gift doesn't stop growing. It's just been growing without you. Your spirit moves and then your physical comes back to your spirit. That's it. Never stop.
Wow.
You're wasting your time by stopping. You are wasting your time by stopping.
It's like the prodigal son, isn't it?
You are wasting your time by stopping.
Wow.
There's nothing that stopped. You think you stopped. You haven't stopped. The stopping I thought I did years ago. Now I have Amos. Now I have TikTok. I'm thinking, so it's even more now. Yes, it doesn't stop. So why are you stopping?
Yeah.
There's nothing like stopping. That video that did 200, it's fine. Another video did 800, it's fine. Another video did 120, it's fine. Did he do something? Yes, then it's fine. Something is where we start to appreciate life. Something.
Yeah.
Did you get up this morning? Yeah. So how can anything else be wrong? The most important, the most invaluable, not expensive, invaluable. You cannot put value on it. The most invaluable thing has happened to you. You woke up. Why would anything else be a problem? You can't buy your health. If you have a billion, a trillion, a zillion, you cannot transfer that money to any bank in the universe to rise a dead.
Wow.
So why are you worried after you wake up? So that money is good, right? Buy life. Please help me buy life. Even if you buy it for 100 years, you still go one day. Because you can't buy a soul. You can't buy the soul. You can buy the life. You can buy the heart. You can buy the kidney. You can buy the lungs. You can't buy the spirit. You can't buy the soul. Those things must transcend onto other things. That's just how life works. You understand? So I feel like, brother, you know what? It's a gift. It's a gift. I don't know. It's a gift. It's a gift. It's God. I really love God. I appreciate God. And God for me. I tell people, God is not just what you show people. God is who he is to you in your heart. Where God lies in my heart is in a special place. And God knows it. God knows that in everything I do, seek, want, feel, I yearn it with the grace of God. I go through it with, okay, you know what? I'm with God. I'm with God. I'm with God. I'm with God. And I think it's that particular inside, no matter how the outward is, it's that inside connection I have that's actually making all this work, regardless of what anyone says or does. It's the actual connection that is unseen that makes it work. You need that connection. You need it, bro.
This is so good.
I should have got to be a preacher, innit? Nah.
This is so good. Wow, wow, wow. Absolutely. Faith, your belief in God.
Yeah.
We are more than just this physical being. There is so much more to us. We are spirit beings having a physical experience. And there's so much more. And without, that guidance and knowing that God is there watching over you, directing you, and the grace that's upon you, none of it means anything. I mean, just as you said, waking up, that in itself is the best thing, first of all. No one can.
That's the most. You can never, ever, 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 ever deny being alive is better than anything else. How can you deny it? It's the fact that you have life that gives you everything else. You have nothing without life. How can you compare it to life? It just doesn't make no sense. Wow. What are you comparing to life? It doesn't make no sense.
It makes you. I mean, that there just makes you feel like, you know what? Whatever else happens today doesn't matter. I'm alive. I'm here.
I'm alive.
I can go through these experiences. It might not be what I want, but I'm here to experience it.
The experiences are not what you want. But until you go through what you don't want, you will never learn how to deal with what it is that you do want when it comes. Managing is different from having. Having is one thing. Managing is a whole nother spirit. Having is one in itself, but managing is why people stay up at night. Like, oh man, how am I gonna manage this thing I have? How am I gonna manage? Because it's there, right? You have it, right? How about managing it? Having is one spirit. Managing is another spirit. Blowing is another spirit. Saving is another spirit. Reclusing is another spirit. Do you know how many times people say, why didn't you this? Why didn't you that? Why didn't you this? I don't have a fancy car. This car I'm sitting in belongs to my brother. My brother's on holiday. My brother is on holiday and I'm enjoying this. Look, I'm enjoying
panoramic roof.
I'm enjoying it. It's top of the spec, top of everything.
I can see the panoramic roof, the leather seats.
Would he leave it with me if I was not somebody that he would, you know what? This guy's it's not because you're my brother. A lot of brothers have brothers and they park up their stuff. It's just the kind of person you are. This guy is gonna manage it. Since I've had it, I've topped up his AdBlue. I've gone to the mechanic, I've changed his oil. He's like, why are you doing all this? I'm like, because that's what I do. I manage things, innit?
Yeah.
If I see one little thing, he's like, yeah, but I'm gonna say, no. Let me do my own part in it.
Yeah.
So when you come, you be like, what kind of person are you? That's just who I am. I manage things. I like to manage things. I like to put things in a good position to work. where everybody's able to utilize it, whether it belongs to me or not. And that's what we must do. And I appreciate your platform. Like what I'm speaking to you today is what I'm meant to speak to you today. And when I speak to everybody, I give them the whole thing. So you're never going to have a case of this guy didn't give. I want to know to God, I'm here. Did I use everything? Yes, I beg. May you open my gates. Let me enter that place.
Amen.
Let me enter.
Amen.
Let me go inside that place. See that other place? That other place is not for me, because what I did was what I was required to do. I gave your people. I gave your people. What does a messenger look like? We don't know. So I'll say to myself, you know what? I'm a messenger in my own right. And my message is to give motivation and to inspire people that grace of God is there to carry on. That's good enough for me.
Amen. Amen.
I crack on after that. Nah, bruv, you have to see yourself as something big, man. God is not small. Your creator is not small. So why would you see yourself as small? Like, Amos, your platform is big. You are big.
Yeah.
And the more you see that, the more you say, so no matter who I speak to, I'm speaking to them to now speak to others like, listen, we're going to go better at this. We're going to do more of this. And that's why I like doing what I do. You would think it's just about me, but we'll come back and say, hang on, I got a lot of messages from there. Yeah. Because he said, I will send my own to you. I will not send people that are not my own to you. My own people, I will send them to you. So you understand that you're on the right path. Just stay with it. I'm not going to come down and talk to you. I'm going to talk through others. That's what life is.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what life is, bro.
Yeah.
So you have to keep it up, my bro, man. You're doing very well.
Thank you. So, Ish, how can the audience connect with you? We know that, you're on all socials. What's your handles? You're Mr. Oshodi as well.
Yeah, Mr. Oshodi. My personal handle is Mr. My personal handle is Mr. I scrapped the screen. Mr. Oshodi, MR_OSHODI, right? And then my that personal is on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Just Mr. space Oshodi, you'll find me. The food business is Oshodi Foods, OSHODI Foods. And then the other food business is Food Junkie, FOODJUNKEE.co.uk. And yeah, we're there, man. We're out there. I really appreciate your time, man. Sorry I took up more than my 10 minutes.
No, not at all.
I can't do 10 minutes.
Not at all. Listen, I've been blessed, and the audience has been blessed just by your wisdom, hearing you speak and your passion. And if there's anything that we can take, you've got to be obsessed. You've got to be desperate for, this thing that we call life. You've got to enjoy everyday life, because life is a gift. And, the Almighty's blessed us with this gift. And each day, let's just walk into it with passion, with love. And just live life. And, thank you for sharing that with us.
Don't you feel like that's what life is now?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no need to worry about something that's not in your hands.
Yeah.
Worry about what's in your hands. If it's burning you, you worry, you drop it. If it's not burning you, then why are you worried? There's no problem. Yeah, I thought I had a lot of problems 2 years ago. It's just another bunch of stuff I'm dealing with 2 years later. And it'll be another bunch 2 years later from now. And that's just where you just live long to get. The people that grow and old are the people that are wise with wealth. Wisdom is age.
Yeah.
Wealth is age. 98-year-old with a lot of wisdom, knowledge, understanding, living and surviving, to me, is richer than the 40-year-old with money, because the money is not with wisdom. Wisdom is where you attain a lot of stuff. So I hang around a lot of older people. So I soak up from them, man. I appreciate your time, brother, man. Anytime you need anything, anytime I'm in Manchester, right? You're in Manchester, right?
You better hit me up.
We have shops up in Moston. We deliver to Moston.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Salford.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do M7 areas. We deliver all around there, Moston, Salford. I got a couple of shops up in Manchester, Liverpool that we supply.
Yeah.
So now I'm above, man. God bless you, man. Keep up the good work, my bro, man.
Thank you. If you want some amazing inspiration, check out the videos next to me, and I'll see you right there.